If you have a struggling middle school boy, it's very difficult for you to think about placing him outside of your home. And I'll share with you a little bit of the story about why we decided to have our son go to a therapeutic boarding school. Was on a vacation that I went on with my daughter, and I knew that there was some kind of story that I was going to hear, because it was a vacation that shouldn't have happened. It was just too synchronistic and too wonderful for me to be able to get the time off of work to go on this vacation. And a friend of mine had a son who was a troubled child as well, and he had gotten arrested for stealing drugs, or stealing money from her for drugs. And the program that she sent him to said, if you and your son will go to this program, then he will not have a record. And part of that program was parent and child together in a counseling situation. And she said these words to me that were riveting. And she said, when one person in your home is hurting everyone else, then that person has to go. And that's when I knew that it was time, that I had done everything that I could as a parent. And in fact, probably too much. And that my child was enmeshed with me and I was with him, and that I was enabling and explaining too many of his behaviors, and he needed to be able to be responsible and learn himself. And he needed to learn to get out of the pressure cooker of his own home and into an environment that was safe and warm and nurturing, where he could tell his story and learn what was going on with him and learn about himself, and not feeling like the story that he was going to talk about or what was hurting him would hurt his family, because he didn't want to hurt us and say, Mom and Dad, you're part of the problem. But that was part of the problem for him. He was an adopted child, or is an adopted child, and he had concerns about his adoption that he was really unable to voice until he went away. So I think there is a time when you know, as a parent, deep in your heart, just deep in that quiet, still moment, when it is time for your child to go someplace else to get the help that they need.